Yeah, we're here in Studio B Live. It's WNCW. Joe Greene with Larry and Joe here. Our Studio B sessions, WNCW made possible by Sierra Nevada Brewing Company. You've been hearing the tunes from their, so I guess you call it eponymous album together. Welcome, Joe.
Hey, nice to be back on WNCW, Joe.
Now, Larry's first time in Studio B, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Well, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Hope it won't be your last time. And Joe, last time you were here was with Che Apalache, right?
That's right. I'm trying to think how many years ago that was. Probably 5 or 6. Even.
5 or 6? Because what year was it that you guys were nominated?
Maybe it was. We were nominated for a Grammy in 2019.
Okay. So it was around that time, though. I think we found out about the nomination not long after you guys were here.
Oh, okay. Then it was, the fall of 2019.
18 or 19, I guess. So.
Well, it seems like longer ago.
Yeah. Well, you know, the way things fell down the last few years, that kind of makes it feel that way, I guess.
Totally.
Yeah, but it's great to have you guys. Let's start with a tune.
Sure thing. We're going to do one called Gabanjo.
Just wow, man. Wow. Larry and Joe live in Studio B, man. And let me try to get your name correct. Larry Bayorin.
Good job, yeah.
good job.
Bayorin.
Ah, yay me.
Very nice.
We practiced and you got it, man.
Yeah, we practiced before we went on the air. Yeah. Joe Troop, welcome to. And if folks ever wondered what a harp and a banjo sounded like together, now
Now they know.
you know. And please pronounce, is it llanera?
Yeah, música llanera.
Okay.
Llanera.
Yes.
And that is the style of music that Larry is a legend in Venezuela, right?
Yeah, so llanera music, El Llano means the plains region. It's a region shared between Venezuela and Colombia. And in the plains, in El Llano, they play música llanera, which is plains music. It sounds like what we just did. When it's fast and furious, you can also call it joropo. More hard stuff to pronounce, but we like to do this exploration, which is kind of unorthodox. There's no banjos in Venezuela, of course, so this music's never really been played on the 5-string banjo, and that's where I come in. But to that same effect, bluegrass has never been played on a Venezuelan harp, and that's where Larry comes in.
That's right. That's right. And well, you took the banjo down there, what, about a decade ago or so?
Yeah, so I moved to Argentina in 2010, and I stayed for a decade. So most of my professional life was spent teaching banjo lessons to hundreds of students who'd never heard of bluegrass or anything, the Appalachian Mountains. None of it. They were just curious about the instrument, and so over the years, I exposed people to this beautiful folk tradition we have here in North Carolina. And a lot of people got hooked, including my former bandmates. They really, really dug in deep and still are. They're still doing a lot of beautiful musical explorations, even though the pandemic sort of cut our touring life short in the States.
Yeah, kind of cut Che Appalache off at the knees there for a little bit, right? But
yeah, and it was tough, man. But my silver lining, of course, is this guy right here. I discovered that Larry was in Raleigh. Somebody tipped me off. There was a llanera musician living there. Mm-hmm. And when I saw the videos of him playing all of these instruments, it was just breathtaking. I had to pick my jaw up off the floor.
And it's hard for me to say Larry the way you do, so I'm going to say Larry. Yeah. Larry, you came to the United States a while back, though, right? You've been here for a few years, right?
Hace unos cuantos años que estás acá en Estados Unidos, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Yeah.
Hace 8 años voy a cumplir este año.
Yeah, I'm about to have lived here for 8 years now.
Okay. All right. In Raleigh. And, of course, Joe, you're a native of North Carolina, Winston-Salem area,
Yep,
if I
I'm from
remember.
Winston-Salem, but I now live in Durham. So.
Yeah.
Bull City, baby.
Yeah. Where did you guys record the album?
Well, we recorded our first album in Kernersville, North Carolina. And between Kernersville and it was all in Kernersville actually. And this album that we're working on now, second album, which we're actively recording this week and next week, that's going to come out in May. We're recording that in Durham at a little tiny studio called Overdub Lane. But we work with this amazing technician that North Carolinian musicians know and love, Mr. Jason Richmond.
Yeah.
So he's engineering the record, and we're self-producing the second one. Our first one was produced by Charlie Hunter, and that was like going to school. Charlie was a huge influence on our early stages in getting this together. But yeah, so that's basically our whole life story.
Right. And in case someone isn't watching online or whatever, Larry and Joe are both multi-instrumentalists, and they have brought multiple instruments with them today. Larry began on the cuatro, right?
Yeah.
And came to the harp a little bit later on.
4 años más tarde.
Yeah, so 4 years later,
Okay.
at 15 years of age, he started harp. Yeah.
All right, and you brought and you're telling me off the air that Larry's harp. This is the first time it's being played live.
This is a world premiere. Yeah, this harp has been used in the studio, but we haven't played it live. It's a newer instrument, and it's also the first time I'm going to play this beautiful Hamlet guitar live. So
You're also playing a Hamlet banjo.
yeah,
right?
I'm definitely a big fan of John Hamlet's lutherie. He's one of the unsung heroes of banjos and mandolins and guitars.
Yeah.
Master.
Yeah, he's the true master. Larry's a luthier as well, and he loves John, going to John's workshop and
impecable su trabajo.
Yeah, it's impeccable work, So.
Well, that's an endorsement right there.